Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and welcome to today's Thrifty Canucks video. And this is now a regular haul in New Brunswick. Not that craziness. Now I kind of know where I got everything. And yeah, it'll be much more manageable haul and not suitcases full. So on the top here, I have a few things that I purchased from our local Dollarama store. In case you're in Canada and you want to visit the Dollarama and pick some of these things up, I thought they were a pretty good price. This is a 24 pack of watercolor paper that is already pre-printed. Now, some of the designs I wouldn't use, to be honest. It came in a sealed package. It wasn't very much, a couple of dollars. So I wouldn't necessarily paint this, but I can certainly use it for backings, for journal cards, and for tags, because it's a good weight of cardstock. So the first few here, not so much, because they're signage things. But even still, to use this for signs, for tags and journal cards, it's perfect. So here it's getting a little bit more intricate. This, I don't think I would ever see myself doing watercolor. It's just too much work. But, you know, I might play. I'll see. But if anything, it would make some really nice, you know, black on white tags that I thought were kind of cool. Another sign. Yeah, I was surprised. It's about half is signs first. But then there are some interesting images. So something like this, again, doubt if I would actually sit and watercolor it. I don't do paint by number. I don't do coloring books. But this I thought was really interesting to cut up for tags and journal cards. And then you could do an overlay with, you know, a napkin or something. This is pretty. I thought this would go nicely in a journal just by itself. And then there's the butterflies. So there's some fun pages in here for the couple of dollars I spent. You know, some people may be more interested in using them as to paint on, but like this to me just says 4 tags cut up, or 4 journaling cards cut up and enhanced a little bit with some collage, or, you know, some fabrics and lace, and you've got an instant journal card, and the weight is perfect. So if you're interested, this is just something that I picked up. And there are some really nice images in here. There's 24 pages, I think, in total. So some of them I will enjoy cutting up. Like this would look really lovely. Again, cut into 4 tags, leaving it white at the top, and maybe collaging in there. You know, the standard napkin, bird, butterfly, flower, and you're done. So yeah, it's something that, you know, it's a personal taste kind of thing. And then these I thought were cool. They are file folders. I bought 2 packages of them. They are 6 in a package, and you get 2 of each design. So there's this citrus, well, they're all citrus, I think. I'll just open one up for you to look at it. And the price on it, I don't know how much it was. It wasn't very much. I wouldn't spend a lot of money on these, but I just thought you could either cut them up for journal covers. I would use them turned right side out, or right side inside the journal kind of thing. So you're using it as a finish on the inside pages. And then I would turn this part into a journal on the outside by, you know, putting fabric or other papers and stuff on it. So I thought they were pretty cool with the lemons and then these green leaves. This just is so pretty, so lush. And then the grape, I guess it's grapefruit or oranges. But yeah, so I picked up 2 packs of those. So that's a lot. These also are great for doing die cuts, or even cutting them up into pieces again for journal cards. Like one file folder, you'd easily get 8 journal cards, and then have some scrappy bits left over for making clusters and things. So well worth it. 8 times 6 is 48 journal cards out of one little package. That would be so easy to finish off. And then you could use the covers, the second batch for covers. So fun to play with. So there's that. And then this I got at, I think I got this at Value Village. I didn't pay $5.99. I think I paid $2.99. Maybe this is this is the bag here. $4.99. Okay, but I would have got my 30% off. So 5 times 7 is $3.50, and they are brand new in the package. Martha Stewart. They're silkscreen stencils, but it could easily be used for stenciling through too, because it's got a very light screen on there, so the ink, I'm pretty sure, will go through on these. And if not, I will take out some paint and just paint through it. Just taking something to spread, a paint spreader, and spreading out the paint. So I will use it as a stencil. I think they're adhesive backed, or something that is like a cling back. So I will enjoy using these. I think it was Nikki said she had stencil envy. Yeah, I can't believe I've been finding stencils like crazy now. So these are just beautiful designs as well. Kind of a mandala type of pattern and a border. And then there's some skeleton leaves, which I think I would really enjoy playing with these. And then these are just some intricate borders again. And then this one has butterflies. So yeah, fun stencils that I will play with. And this I bought just on a whim. It was $3.99, so 4 times 7, $2.80. It's a crap to-do list, crap to do, crap to buy, and other crap. Yeah, that sounds like me and my husband. So I think I'm going to just split the pad and give some of it to him to use and some for me. And it's got here date, type of crap, and crappiness on a scale of 1 to 5. Down on the bottom here it says, because every day is full of crap, and it says all crapped out. So I thought it would just be a fun thing to have in the house and make our lists on. This was a package of stamps, and maybe that other $4.99 was this package. I'm not sure, because I don't think I paid that much for those stencils. I think I paid $2.99 for them. So the $3.99 might be for these, or $4.99 might be for these stamp sets. 3 of them are brand new, never even opened. This is like stained glass windows. Now this I could see myself coloring in after I've inked it onto something. I could see myself coloring these in. That would be fun. Or I would see if I could ink it onto acetate and then put some colored stuff behind it that it would show through. So that's a possibility as well. But yeah, love this stamp set. This one is really hard to see, but it says memories. It's one of those collaged things on top, and then it has dream and enjoy and a flourish and a frame and stuff. So another fun set. A little bit more Victorian. Now these are forever in time, so they're not expensive. They're made in China stamps. But it's a very Victorian woman with the hand and the purse and the shoe, parasol. Vintage couture. So cute set. Button hanger. Flourish. Oh my goodness. I have so many flourish stamps. I got to start doing some flourishing just to say I actually use these things. So one of these days I will sit down. I think what would be fun, and I keep forgetting that I have this stuff, and I really should play with it more, is I would really like to do some embossing with this. Embossing on just plain ivory stock, and then using a gold embossing powder or something similar, and then cutting them out like fussy cuts, because that to me would be fun to do. I don't think you could emboss on acetate so easily. Otherwise I would, because then it would be clear. But just something different, and something a little bit more dimensional to add to a page. So I may have a day where I just play with ink and stamps and embossing powders and see what I come up with. Because, I forget that I have all these things just like everybody else. And, I was just talking to Linda Stiles about watercolor paints. And I have so much. And I don't use them, so maybe I should get out that coloring book and paint it up, because it's a shame to have this sitting and not being used. So I think in the future, I'm going to have some days where I just pick an item. I think Gail calls it Forgotten Friends. I don't know if there's a collaboration of that Forgotten Friends, but something like that idea where, you know, you for the day, you take out something you haven't worked with in a long time and you have a play with it, because yeah, these things, when am I going to use them if I don't start using them now? So yeah, that's coming up, I think. So then at the flea market, I didn't buy as many jewelry pieces because I've got quite a bit on the go here. This necklace is a huge mess, and it's tied together somewhere because I think it was falling apart. All the beads are intact, but I bought it for the harvesting of the beads, and then there is some chain here as well. So I will take this apart just to use the beads, and most likely I will make some medallions with it. So maybe I will put this in the jewelry, junk jewelry repurpose, and we'll see if I can fit this in towards, you know, another segment. So far, there's been a lot of interest in my wannabes, so that will be a continuing thing. Wannabes will be a couple more videos yet before we get into the actual dangles. So this necklace has a lot of chain, and it's got these sections of beads that are already looped. They're already on eye pins. All I have to do is open up the jump ring and take them off individually. I can use the chain. I can use it like this by taking the beaded dangle itself and this bit of chain and making it into a tassel. Although with the 3 strands, it's kind of thin for a tassel. So I may double it up with the chains. But that's something, again, that I will add to the chains and dangles. So I will put that in there right away so that when we do get to that container, because you saw me, for my jewelry sorting, you saw me divvy things up into the different containers. So I will put that in there as well. So those, I think I paid $1 each for these. Again, I wouldn't have paid much more than that, just knowing, you know, where I buy it from. So then I bought this. I paid $1 for this, and they are hairpins. But hairpins are great for clipping papers together. You know, I have a couple of cards here, so you can easily clip papers together and tuck them in your journal. They're great for making like a tab to use in your journal. And even if you buy plain, ordinary bobby pins and dress them up a little bit with some decorations and flowers and beads and all kinds of things, they are great little markers and things to hold instead of a paper clip. So when I saw these for $1, I thought, well, that's pretty cool. And there's 8 of them here. And I imagine now they were clipped onto this thing that says Ardens. So I imagine you can find them there. If not at Dollarama, I'm sure. But it was just a reminder when I saw them. Love the feather ones. These I could certainly see using in my boho journals. Well, pretty much any of these I would use in my boho journals. Just loved them. So this will be coming up soon. I will have to start using these things in a couple journals. An M. Some of you know I collect letters. Lately I've been finding lots of M's. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm keeping this one. It's a paperweight of sorts. So I think this will be good for me for in my journals. I mean, it's not my initial, but either is W. So I think I will keep it more as a weight. It's too heavy to mail to somebody that has a name that starts with M. So yeah, not mailing this out. Not in Happy Mail, no way, no how. So I will just keep it to use it as a weight for when I'm doing something. You know, when you're gluing things, sometimes you just need a little extra weight. So I think that will sit on my desk. And yeah, I have nobody that's local I can give it to. I only have Jennifer and Deborah. So I don't have a local M. So I will keep it and use it for myself. This necklace was very pretty. I got this at the market too, and these are like threads. It looks like it's a little bit crocheted. So Caroline, you crochet. Maybe this is something you would understand, and it's purple. And I just think I have to send this to Caroline because I do have a box going out to her. So I think she would enjoy this because she crochets. So maybe she can figure out how it's done and then teach us how to do this. What do you think, Caroline? If not, you've got a perfect piece to use as a decoration on a journal. It's got so many sparkly beads. I know you will love it. So Caroline, it's going to you automatically. Too bad your name wasn't M. So then I bought a set of these books, and these were a very pleasant surprise. I kind of knew when I saw the one book what I might be getting, which is why I bought them. They were $3.99, so 4 times 7, so I paid $2.80. So one is an address and telephone book, and the other is a birthday book. Now, both of these, when I looked at them, I couldn't see the birthday. I could see the address, so I knew that because this one said birthday. I knew that if it says address, that means that there's lines in there. And just by judging by the cover, I thought there's got to be pretty pictures in here. So I took a chance because I figured either way, if it's got lines, it becomes journal paper on the backside of journals. But when I opened it up, I was very pleasantly surprised because each page has this sidebar, and then it has this writing space to write names. So just to give you an idea, hopefully I can tear this out. Normally I wouldn't tear it out, I would open up the book completely, but I'm going to just cut into it. If I make a mistake on this page, oh well. Hopefully that worked. Sort of, a little bit more. Somebody said they wanted to see me work with this stuff. Well, here's the perfect example. I'm working with it right now. I think it was Jean and then Joan mentioned it too. Okay, I got a few of them out. All right, so now I should be able to just rip it or cut it. That's what we'll do. We will cut along the edge here. So this is how I see things right away. Okay, this will have to be trimmed a little bit better for an actual use, but I would fold this in half. I have this beautiful finished tag on this side. It's done. You know, I can just decorate it a little bit more with some collage of some kind or a label and a bird. I would glue these two pages together or not. I could leave it open as a writing space. So I would maybe run some washi tape here to cover that little bit of writing there and here. Or I would glue it shut completely and do the same thing by covering that little bit of writing along the edge here. So it would become a tag that you can write on. I can either trim the edges or I can put a little tab at the top and it is done. It can be slipped into a journal. It's done. If I wanted to leave it as an open journal card, then I can still cut it into tag shape. You know, maybe put a little tab on just on the one instead of on both. And then this way it opens up, and like I said, I can cover this up so it's not so address book like, and it becomes an instant journal card and ready to use. So this is how I look at this book, and I kind of knew no matter what I was going to get something with lines in it, so I was going to use it for a journal card with the idea, you know, because you can't see through the package. You can sort of see, but not really. And so I was hopeful that it would have some of these nice floral designs, and the whole book is like that. So I can use this right through the whole thing, and just very pretty, different colors. A fun find. So keep your eye out for address books. Now this is 1997 published, so 1996 original copyright. So 1996, that's already well, it's almost 20 years old. So these things, you know, they were very popular at the time, but this set never got used. Somebody got it as a gift. And same with the birthday book. The birthday pages are the same kind of thing. So I, again, have an unlimited source here of fun journal tags to make. So it's easy enough to convert these and use them. And then I also have the book covers to recover and some end pages that are in nice good shape. So keep your eye out. This, when I say that, you know, when it's the 20-year period, and this is why, Grandma would have got a set like this. And I say grandma loosely because, you know, we're all getting to that age, right? If we're not already. But grandma would get a set like this as a gift. Or your mother. Maybe you bought a set like this for your mother. And so 20 years down the road, she wouldn't have used it because it was too pretty to use. That's what happens. They're just too pretty to use. And then all of a sudden, grandma or mother gets, you know, moves to an apartment or downsizes and moves to a senior center. And things that they don't need anymore get passed on or sent on to the thrift shop or garage sales and that type of thing. So it's the 20-year, it's a generation span. So a lot of times you will see things like this show up one after another after another. You just have to keep your eyes open for it. And once you start finding them, you will find them all the time because you'll know sort of what you're looking for. And so these books will show up. And on the rare occasion that mom or grandma did use the first couple of pages, the kids tore out the pages and sent the books to the thrift shop. So yeah, that's what happens. And that's why I say keep your eyes open when you're thrifting because these things show up. They show up a lot. And I've gotten to the point where I can just pull them off the shelf now and I know exactly what they're going to be. And yeah, I wasn't 100% that I would have this beautiful floral inside, but I knew I was going to have lined paper and that there would be some flowers. So based on that alone was worth taking a chance for $3.99. And what's the worst thing that can happen? I got it, use the book as a cover, and I have collage paper to use for my journals for, you know, backs or whatever. So that's my little spiel. This book I bought for $3. I bought this at the flea market. The Life of Andrew Jackson. Of all things, you know, Andrew Jackson's American, but my biological father's last name was Jackson, so I found that very cool. I don't have an Andrew, I have an Alex, but I don't have an Andrew Jackson. And so, but when you open it up, it's just a fun older book to play with. Let's see, what year is this now? Copyright is 1933. So it's not something that I can scan and use, but I can certainly use. There's lots of images in here that I can certainly use. I don't think I have any relation to Andrew Jackson, even though Jackson is a family name. But there are lots of images that I can use in journals, and then the paper is lovely too. So fun, you know, color, and like there's some maps in here. I paid $3 for it, but I loved the book cover, and I just thought this had a possibility of doing some type of a journal, and you know I could actually change it to the name of you know, my biological father and do something with that. To talk about my biological father is a whole story in itself, and it's something I may consider doing as a separate video. You know, some of my friends and family know the story of my father, but yeah, someday I will share that with you. It's an unusual story for sure. I got this roll of ribbon. This came from my little thrift shop, and it was $1 for the roll. It's probably about half is missing, but it looks like it came with 20 meters. I think that's about right. And it is wired, but I just loved this pattern. It just is very boho to me and in the colors that I love. So I definitely will use this for belly bands. It's got a wire in it, so it's a very fine wire. And I would pull the wire out so that it's not sharp, but I would use it for belly bands and trimming pockets and those kinds of things. It would also be nice on a tag, as a sort of like a secondary pocket maybe on a tag. But love the colors of this. And then I couldn't resist. This is that tablecloth or table runner. It's quite... it's like a Battenberg wannabe almost, but it's not. It's fake. And but it is kind of a nice tablecloth to cut up and use in pieces. There's a nice pattern on it. But I just redid my bathroom, and so this might not be a bad tablecloth. It's in really good shape, so it might not be a bad table runner to put. I have a dresser in there that I may want to use this on the dresser, so it may not get cut up too quickly. But eventually, nothing is sacred. This is a cute, cute little handbag, except I do not like the hat on here. And this probably is from the Red Hat Society, this hat that's been added onto here. I don't know if it's a separate applique or if it's on here completely. But I just thought that the handbag was so sweet. It actually goes with this. But my thought process would be to remove this, only because I don't care for the red hat on there. But it is an adorable little bag. See, I could turn around and do this same type of beading on this side to complement it, rather than having this red hat on there. But beautiful little strap. It's not old. It's, probably 1980s, 90s. Oh, here we go. Temptation, Italy. Oh, it's Italian. Imagine that. An Italian Red Hat Society bag. Well, aren't they fancy over there? I don't recall what I paid for it. I just liked the beadwork and the stuff. So either the hat comes off or it might have to go to my buddy Caroline. We will see. Another place I went was a refit store, and I cannot remember what I paid for these, but I didn't pay very much. I did send a couple to my gals back home, I think. They are tassels. Really long, burlappy Cecil tassels. I loved this metal piece that was on here, and I have 3 of them here, so I think I got 6 altogether because I sent a couple off. Yeah, I could see using this on the outside of a book. It's large, so it has to definitely be a large book that it gets used on, but I just love the design, and I love the this ornate cap that's on here. So yeah, I bought them to put in my stash for when I'm doing a larger journal. That's what I would use those for. This was a good find for $2. I never have enough braided trim, and I had to buy it. $2. I'm going to take it off of this anyway, so I might as well open it up. This is just a flat trim, but always great for decorating and, the edges of pages and journal covers and that type of stuff. And this one is blue, green, and pink, very 70s. But again, I can use it with this little fluffy stuff at the bottom, or I can trim that back and just use it as a trim like this. So lots of possibilities. And then this was a good find as well. This one was $5, but there's a lot of mileage on here. It's the same trim, but in the greens and golds and blue. So this I definitely will use on my handbags, on the ends of journals, that type of thing. So $5, well worth it. There's probably about 10 yards here, at least. And the last thing for today, I told you it's not your regular, or it's not my Manitoba hauls. I did find something, but it'll be in the next batch because I'm behind a few batches yet since I've been home. This was $2. There are 2 yards on here of this fabric. I'm not going to take it apart, but I really love this fabric, and it isn't that fun how this matches so nicely. This I would love to make into a couple of journals, so that will be coming up soon, I think. And I think I've talked about this already. I'm going to get to the point where when I start to work with something like this, I will cut several sets of them for sale, and I will match up all the trims, the linings, everything that you need to put the journal cover together, with little bits of extras to make your own clusters and journal cards and that type of thing. Not that you would ever make it along with me, but I would make these up and sell them very inexpensively, to share these beautiful materials, as well as to reduce some of my stock, because I have a lot of stock. So now, as I do a brand new journal cover, these kinds of things will get put together automatically. Like, I would have a piece of this fabric, and then some kind of a lining to go with it, some of this trim. And as I create, I might work with golds. I might find some flowers that I want to use on the cover, or for journal cards inside, or tags. I will automatically include those things with the kit, so that you have lots of things to play with, sort of like what I'm doing for myself. So, here I've just put this together and I love it, but I would pull on this mustard color and the rusts and the greens and blues, so that all of those things would get combined with this individual kit. Whether it's I put a brooch with it, or some beads or some dangles, that type of thing, all of it will get included. I'm not going to do the pages, but if I had a couple of pages of paper that I thought were just so complimentary, I would definitely add those in, and just to help you to inspire you to build your kit from just starting with the cover. And when they say you can't judge a book by a cover, they haven't been in the junk journal world, because a lot of times we choose the cover and then make the book. So yes, you can judge a book by the cover. And so these are the kinds of things that I would put together in a kit, so that you are inspired to create a journal for yourself. And when I start pulling these things out, when I'm working on my own journals, I have an overflowing table of stuff, so that I can change my mind, and I would give you that option in the kits. So I may not work with the exact same stuff in the end, and yours might turn out totally different than mine. And mine will probably be long gone by the time you get the kit, because by the time I'm finished, that's when I would take this and cut it all up and say goodbye to it. I'm thinking more and more that's how I want to work in the next little while, so that I see the results of things moving on and moving out. So I hope that if you are interested in those kinds of things, that you will leave me comments, so that I can start getting the feel for building kits for people to make. And some of them, like this, would be a single kit, but there would be so much stuff you probably get 2 or 3 journal covers out of it in the end. And something like the boho kits, I'm going to make sure that you get like 4 or 5 at least journal covers out of those kits, because again, the colors are so vibrant, so many mixed colors, that it would be so fun to add all kinds of things, so you can mix and match your linings with your covers and vice versa. So those are things that I plan to work on. It will start in June. Probably about the second week of June, I will start offering these kits for sale. So that's it for my haul for today. It is Thursday, and tomorrow will be Friday, follow-up day. I have some new digitals for tomorrow. Yay. They are, I'm happy with them so far, so I hope you will be happy with them as well. And going into Saturday is follow-up, arm's length art day. I'm not sure how long I would be able to play, if at all. I really am getting a little bit behind. I got to get my taxes done. So as soon as Friday's video and my digitals are up, I will probably be going back into tax mode on Saturday. In Canada, we have to have our taxes done by April 30th. So you can tell I'm really behind the 8 ball right now. I'm only about halfway done. So yeah, I may not play on Saturday. Sunday, I don't even know if I'm going to sneak out to the market or not. Maybe for an hour or so, and then come back and get back into doing my paperwork. But I got to be finished by, I think it's Monday or Tuesday next week. So hopefully I can get it done in time. So that's it. That's all for today. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at follow-up day. Bye for now.